Sorry.
Grounding.
I shall show you why I'm not really. This is my house at the moment. It's getting empty, and that's getting more echoing. So just put this behind. So I'm not as far as Anne, but I'm just. I got two more weeks to move and put the house on the market. But in the meantime, it's just getting all these things done, and getting all these things done makes me realize that how can I put that? That you get to over focus on things. So you focus on things, but then it's kind of like you get possessed by it. And you just focus on these things and you forget all the rest. And all the rest is as important as the focused things. So you always get back into your own center, and that's very important. So the higher self is really important. And amongst the higher self, I think it's important to do some inner child work as well, always. So is there any specific wish for inner child?
My inner child has been speaking loudly. Fear of abandonment.
Abandonment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she's heard now. Vanessa.
It will be a bit of fear and victim of the situation.
Victim of the situation. Okay. And can you explain a little bit?
Like,
what
you
kind
remember?
What kind of fear?
Like, you remember we told you about the housing thing. We had to call them, and then they sent me a form to fill.
Yeah.
For I fill it. It's like for medical base. We fill it with the HSE and send it to them. Then they said to me, now, when you think everything is getting settled now, he said the form was filled with the same department of HSE is not good. We need to re-get it for fill now, and it has to be two different parts. Like, and one can be my GP and one can be, the HSE. So it's like that. You go back to square one again, and then, you feel like you're a victim in the situation, but just a lot of fear. And
so I wrote down trust.
Yeah.
So that's what came up for me.
It was coming like a mix of emotion yesterday. There was anger,
frustration.
That's what I picked with Billy, and with myself was, I don't really know what was with me. Disappointment, definitely. Yeah. Sometimes you do get disappointed with the whole thing. And we stand up again today, strong.
Cool. So we take that in account with the inner child. Kooten, any specifics on the inner child?
Ooh.
Maybe it helps if you put your hand on your heart. If I can't see it, if the other one is there.
I have it already.
Okay. And maybe it's later on. If you can come up with something, you don't have to how do you call it? Make up something. It's not needed. Yeah. It's just it's there or it's not there, because Anne and Vanessa are already helping the group to come up with the inner child work. So what I want to do is like it's the whole same stream. It's working to connect everything in the heart, to the central part of the source in your heart. Connect your physical body, your energetical body, your cosmical body, your universal, your galactical body, everything connected to the heart, then connect you to your higher self and the helpers. Connect to the central sun, connect to the source, and connect to the center of Mother Earth. And from there on, we're gonna work on programs of authenticity, purity, power, inner and trust. And then we're gonna work the inner child, connect and collect them all. And then we work on the abandonment, fear, victim position, frustration, and disappointments. And if there's some more time, we discuss about this and we see how this is all working out. So if that's okay with all of you, just close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, feet next to each other on the ground. And then we're going to start. And we're going to first connect the 4 chambers of your heart to the central part of the source, the photon of the source in the center of your heart. And these 4 parts of your heart, the 4 rooms of the physical heart, we're going to connect to the photon, and we're going to connect them to themselves, each of them. And you got an upper part, you got a lower part, and you got a back part of the heart as well. So we're going to connect that to the photon of the source as well. And we connect those parts to the other 4 rooms of the chambers of the heart as well. And so now every part of your heart is connected to the photon of the source in your heart. So we're going to connect every single cell of your physical body to the photon of the source in your heart. Every cell singly is connected to all connected to the photon of the source in the center of your heart. And we're going to connect each of these cells to each other as well. So all cells are connected to the photon of the source, but also connected to each other cells. We do this, of course, in all time and space, in all dimensions. And all these connections to the central part of the heart, the photon of the source, are all done in all time and space, in all dimensions. And now all these cells are connected. We're going to put every single system of your physical body and connect it to the photon of the source in the center of your heart. These are systems we know, like the meridians or your muscles, but also systems we don't even never heard of. We connect all of these, all to the central part of your heart. We connect every system in your whole physical body all to the photon of the source. We're going to do the same with your energetical system. All these layers, all these layers we know and we don't even know, it doesn't matter. We're going to connect them all to the photon of the source in your heart. And all these systems in your energetical system are connected to the photon of the source in your heart. We're going to do the same with the cosmical area. And all these systems, the cosmical, the universal, the galactical, all these systems, we're going to connect them all to the central part, the photon of the source in your heart. And everything is now connected to the central part in your heart. And we're going to call up on all soul parts which are able and allowed to come and connect to you again, to connect to you right now. In all time and space, in all dimensions. All these soul parts which are allowed at this moment to connect to you right now. Shukata, really connect now. Ushukunyam. Shuta, shinyamata. And this will enable because they are connected also to the photon of the source in your heart, to Shoshana, to connect even stronger to your higher self and the helpers. So we connect the photon of the source in your heart to your higher self and helpers, all of them, Chuka individually, Chuka in all time and space, in all dimensions, Chuka Tortash, Manashamanana Osh, Kanana Iana, Ushuko Torotosh, Nyacha, Shuf, Chukotostum. This is done now, and on all time and space and all dimensions, we're going to connect central sun to the photon of the source in your heart. To shus tatai shima nyan nyam wokon nyan nyam man nyan nyam mano tokosh shukotana nyana shukoto shamanya shur tatai nyan dukosh. Now this is done, we can connect you to the source. So your photon of the source in the heart will be connected to the source itself. Shorta ashimnya makataya nya wo so. And then we're going to connect you to the Mother Earth, the center of the earth, to the center of the heart. Shukoto shkurum bosh torum bosh tatai shikoto to. It's like there's a pillar between the source, the central sun, your higher self and helpers, your heart, and the center of the earth. So we're going to make this pillar wider, like it's arm length wide. So you can feel more energy moving up and down in your system, because the energy is coming from the source into your heart, from your heart into the center of the earth, from the center of the earth back into your heart and back into the source again. So you can feel it moving up and down, and you are in the center. You are in the center of the universe. And now everything is connected. We're going to have a look at some programs around you in your field. And then let's do that in all time and space and all dimensions. Look at the programs of power and empowerment. So we're going to emphasize on all programs of power, and we're going to make them stronger and rewrite them so that they're opened and free for you. So this will empower you in all ways. Zirba yan yan ya shukotorona yan ya ma wachukototo sho. This empowerment will help you in every level in your being. And this empowerment will help you in being more authentic. Because in your power, it's easy to be authentic, to be yourself, to be your purity. Shuma kaya natai, in all time and space, in all dimensions, we want you to be pure of light, pure from the heart, pure as pure can be. Shukota shama kataya namata chata. Ujachinyama kashena mush ai shukurundu koshunyat. So what we want you to do is to connect from your heart to your throat, so you can speak purity, and with your mind so that you can think purity, and with your stomach so that you can feel purity. In any program, in all time and space, and all dimensions, which is withholding you from being pure and authentic, we're going to erase, delete, and take away. Shukotaya mash tukotosh vuchukotanyana maya shumaya tokoshonana ish shoot ananana yata shu. So this will help you and enable you to be of pure light, pure love. Shukoshta nyamashut in all time and space, in all dimensions. Shut uturnyamatasha. Shukotorastora, shurotorashinyamati. And this will enable you also to speak your own light, your own truth. Tushtorambasha. This is without expectations from anybody, any being. And we're going to check if all programs of sovereignty are still able and working, so that you are of a sovereign, multidimensional being and of power and of purity. And you can feel it in this lemniscaat from the source in your heart, in the earth, back in the heart, back in the source. And the energy is moving slightly with ease and grace in your system. So it makes everything in your system doing with ease and grace. It's like floating in the air on a cloud or on an airbed on the water. And now we've connected everything, and you are the universe center. It's the time to call up all our inner childs. So let's call all inner childs in all time and space, in all dimensions. Also the inner child of today. Shur ayam makash or onyama ayan yakadash naka. Shu, and they will form a circle around you. Shur an yachokosh torumash. Shurumbarashi konjachachanyama. So all these inner childs in all time and all space, and the one of today as well, are forming a circle around you. And we're going to first connect them with the photon of the source in your heart to the photon of the source in their heart. And we're going to connect each individually. And there's a lot of experiences these inner childs have created and done. So we are really thankful for them. But we also are grateful that they hold a lot of emotions and that's not needed anymore. So all emotions of fear, of abandonment, we're going to take away now, right now, in all time and space, in all dimensions from the inner child. There were situations that were fearful, even without a reason. It doesn't matter. We're going to take this emotion away. It's going to go into the universe or into the earth. And it was okay to be fearful or to feel abandoned, but it's not needed anymore. So we're going to leave these emotions, let it go. And there are other emotions where we were feeling out of power or being laughed at or being talked about or whatever feeling that makes us felt smaller, but we were multidimensional beings and we couldn't understand these emotions. So we're going to let these emotions go. Shumaya Shia, Chukoshoma, Hoshnyamatai, we as a multidimensional being, also all our inner childs as multidimensional beings are unique, are special, are really wanted on this planet. So this feeling of being of importance will be brought back in from the source, from the central sun, from the higher self and helpers into the heart of every inner child in all time and space and all dimensions. Very important information from the source into our hearts. And now we understand a bit better that all these things happening on this planet are just earthly things. As a multidimensional being, we understand it's not as important as it seems like. The love, the connection, that's what's all important. And all these inner childs will also be filled with love, especially from the source and the central sun. And they feel the connection with your heart. And this is such a strong connection. It makes them really happy and feeling really gratitude and connected. And being, belonging, there's no place anymore for fear because we know we are multidimensional. And now we can see that any frustration or disappointment is just earthly. It's not of real importance. We can make it smaller than it is. We can even laugh a little bit about it because we are in the middle of all kind of plays. And these plays are just experiences, just like all inner childs have done for us. Now we are the inner child getting the experience. So so just let's give you all a big shower, including every inner child in all time and space and all dimensions, a big shower of love, of golden rays. And it's a shower from above and below. It's like two-way shower. And it's all taking place in your inner world. And we thank all beings helping us to establish this feeling, this understanding, this knowing, this remembrance. And we are really, really grateful for them being here as helpers. So even if you don't want to come back, maybe it's time to come back. To feel your feet on the ground again. To understand that this planet is also of importance. It's one of the change in the connection, in the big chain of the universe. And maybe it's of more importance than we understand at this moment. How are we all doing? Can somebody say something?
I'm trying hard to focus, but I have a lot of thoughts all the time and quite some headache. Yeah, that's it actually. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to work on that headache. It's a little thing for you. And it still feels for me that your headache is connected to all this new, or not you, all this purer information. So it's almost like clearing.
No.
And therefore it feels like a headache, but it's not like a real headache, but it can still feel like a real headache. So I'm not diminishing it. It's but I will have a look at it.
Okay.
Anna.
Yeah. The shower, the two-way shower. I really connected with that. And remembering stepping into power, a pace of power. I think with the transition of moving, I kind of got knocked off balance, and now I feel that I was never actually off balance. Just the physical, earthly, the mind likes to play tricks.
Yeah.
And the inner children, I don't even know if it was abandonment and maybe more victimhood, but that felt like almost like I was like, haha, like you thought that it was a problem, but it actually isn't. So almost as if when we know we have problems from the past and then we want to hold on to them, even though we've cleared them.
Yeah, that's recognizable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. Vanessa.
I did get a bit of chatty mind.
Mhm.
It's very, very powerful, but all the time the mind is trying to bring me out of the healing, you know. And but when I just think of I am a sovereign being of light and I am a sovereign being of light, then I went into the zone. It was beautiful. It was beautiful energy. You don't want to come back.
Mm.
No, it's so peaceful. The victimhood thing has turned into lack for the inner child healing. So I asked to clear that as well. That was but coming onto the victimhood, there was a lack pattern there.
Mhm.
That's have come for the inner child. And otherwise the inner child is much, much, much happier.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
So let's do round 2. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing to see how that feels. So that it's exactly the same pattern with different words, of course, and different frequencies. And then, of course, I will add headache, leg patterns, centered again. So every time, because I still believe strongly that if we are in a group, that everybody's just saying one word, it's helping the others. So what I'm coming from a wide field into a more centered field, so that we are more, and more in a tight connection. So let's see how that works. It's a little experiment, but it's not really try out. It's just, I'm sure it will work. So everybody ready? Want to have a drink, pause or whatever? You got a drink? Especially Kooten, you got something to drink?
Yeah, I got.
Okay, take a little sip. And then we go for round 2. So hand on the heart, feet next to each other, close your eyes. And we're first going to connect the heart rooms again to the central part, the source of the source, the photon of the source. So the 4 rooms are now connected to the photon of the source in the center of the heart. And we're going to connect the 4 rooms to each other again. And we do this in all time and space, in all dimensions. And we're going to connect the higher room, the lower room, and the back room of the heart as well, the physical ones, to the center of the source, the photon of the source in the center of the heart. And we're going to connect them to the 4 rooms of the heart as well. And we're going to expand the whole region of the heart, the whole heart chakra. We're going to expand it like a massive ball, like a big basketball. Shukodama ai kati kodama chukodosh kodam acha shukot odam a chukodam onya shua ayamaka shu. And so it's an expanded heart now. Kotash kosh kodama mash atayut. Now we're going to connect every system, every cell, all we know of our physical part. We're going to connect it all to the center of the photon of the source in the heart. Shukorana, Kuryana, Kursturum, O Chukusturum, Shukorando, Shurum, Mamash, Kursno, Kotos, Toto. And all these systems, all these physical parts are now connected all to the heart. wash, tadamata, chu. And that's, we're going to do the same thing with all these energetical fields. We have the cosmical fields, the universal fields, the galactical fields, and maybe there are many, many, many more fields we don't even know of, but we're going to connect them all to the central part, the photon of the source in the heart. Shufu tokosha mata shikotorst mata yumushu shu tortashana mashko chukochosh. And we're also going to ask for all all soul parts which are there and which are allowed to connect. We're going to connect them as well to everything in the center of the heart. To so everything is now connected to you. Even the soul parts are regathered. So you can feel with this enlarged heart what an enormous energy ball there is, which you are. And we're going to connect this energy ball, which you are, to your higher self and the helpers individually. And now it's done in all time and all space and all dimensions. Now we're going to connect also this all to the central sun. So you can feel this massive ball of energy connected to the central sun. And of course, we're going to connect you, the center of the heart, the photon of the source in your heart. We're going to connect it to the source and sources. So we can open our heart and be directly connected to the source. And now, of importance, of course, we're going to connect you to the center of the Mother Earth. So you can feel the energy from the source going to the central sun, into your higher self, to the heart, and then into Mother Earth. There's a spiral going on, like a lemniscate from the source to the heart, to the center of the earth and backwards. And this big basketball in the size of your heart is in the middle, exactly in the middle. And now we're going to make a big circle, 360 degrees around you. And that's the circle of the source. And we're going to make that a shower of golden light, tush, of all directions into your heart. Tush, tush, tush. You as a center of this universe, completely in the middle of the light. And this is all done in all time and all space and all dimensions with ease and grace. So any programming which is holding us back from ease and grace, we're going to take away. So we feel and understand the larger picture of this. The ease and grace is needed for us to integrate all these beautiful energies. And let go of these old programmings in all time and space and all dimensions. This is with ease and grace. All in connection with the heart, with the central sun and the source. And now this is all done. We're going to call up all our inner childs in all time and space, in all dimensions, inner childs of today as well. The They form a circle around you, all your inner childs of all time and space, of all dimensions. And we welcome them, and as welcome gift, we connect them from the source, the photon of the source in our heart, to each individual inner child, their photon of the source in their heart. We connect them all in all time and space and all dimensions. And they can feel this ball of beautiful light and love, which is a much bigger connection than I ever had before. And we tell them that we see them, we feel them, we hear them, we understand them, all these inner childs. And they can feel and sense it, that they are not alone anymore, never again. And there's no space for any fear or distractions. They feel the centering of the basketball in the heart, the basketball size of the heart. The centering is in the center between earth and the source. It's so easy to regain the center. It's like a second nature, or maybe the first nature even. So as soon as we step a little bit out of the center, we are almost magnetically taken back into the center. And we ask the higher self, the source, central sun and Mother Earth to help us, to guide us in the centering. And we ground this energy as well, deep, deep, deep in the earth. And all these inner childs, they feel the same feeling we experience now. And it's so powerful. We just bathe in this. It's like the first part we had a shower, and now it's like a bathing tub. We're just floating in this energy. And it's clearing us, it's cleaning us. It's like showering and bathing together. And it's helping us to center always. And our minds, they come to rest because there is only our inner world. Connected to the heart, everything is inner world outside. Peace in your heart, peace in your mind. And let this integrate deep in every part of you, everywhere, in whatever that part is, physical, energetical, cosmical, galactical, doesn't really matter. Any programs in all time and space, in any dimension, which is bringing us apart from the center, is now deleted. Any program which is directing us to a different feeling is taking away now. And we thank all our inner childs for this beautiful help they give us. We thank all beings helping and guiding us. You liked it, Vanessa?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. There was so much colors. Pink, gold, green. It was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, colorful. And then the colors led to this like Native American, I don't know, presence for me, singing and speaking and chanting. But then towards the end, my joints started hurting. Like I started to be really aware of my physical body and just like my wrists and the neck.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I've never really had joint pain. I'm a dancer yogi, so this is like a first.
Okay, sorry. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Koen.
I felt sometimes some sensations in my body.
Cool.
Yeah, but so it's nice to see that that the others have a lot of beautiful experiences, but I'm not I don't have that yet.
Yeah, never compare, Koen. Anna can see and feel much more or different than you can. So everybody has his own perspective in this. So don't compare. It's beautiful to hear and to enjoy it and to see them enjoy it. But it doesn't Vanessa, your microphone is still on.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. But Koen, it's attractive to compare, because sometimes I hear people say, and I had this beautiful vision and this beautiful colors and whatever. You don't need to compare, because if it's not meant for you, it's not there. I don't have it. I don't see it.
Okay.
But it doesn't hold my trust in the system.
Yeah, it's like an old voice saying, you see, everybody's having fun and you have headache.
Yeah, and that's exactly the old voice we have to get silenced.
Yeah,
and the silencing is can only be done by trust, by feeling and connecting to your heart.
Yeah.
So stay strong. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah, and for me at the beginning, like I sat in the same position, similar position, I should say.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't seeing everything, and I could start to feel things in my body, and I did have a headache, and it was like concentrated right here.
Yeah.
You want so badly to have a similar experience and see these things and everything, but it's just the trusting that you'll experience things how you will experience them, and it may be similar and shared to others, but it's your own unique experience.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful addition. Yeah. And that's beautiful. Is your headache also centered in the middle?
Ooh, it's the whole front here.
Okay. Yeah. So it seems a bit recognizable with Anna's telling. And so, yeah, the things stay the same. Just keep in the trust, drink a lot of water, especially you. And we will work on the ease and grace, and also the joints hurting, because it's like if you start moving things or opening up gates, then there's a lot of energy moving through and it's not used to it, and then suddenly it's like you can feel the sensations in that. That's normal.
Yeah.
It's not what we like, but it belongs to it. In the meantime, Nitika also joined. We can't see you, Nitika, but
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
was in the middle of my exercise and I saw your invitation and I got excited to jump on the call.
You're perfectly welcome. So don't apologize. And we do this on a weekly basis. And normally it's on Friday. And I see the little son of Vanessa is also there. Hi. and hi. So don't apologize. And we welcome you to be here. Koen also had a question last time. It was because Koen is not really awakened yet completely. So and he was a bit like, I don't really know people like this. And I said, well, join the group because then it's easier to connect with other people. And if you connect to them, it can, of course, what Anna's explaining, what Vanessa explaining, you get a better understanding that you're not alone, that it's not weird, that everything which is happening does have its own time for everybody, but it's okay. And if people are open to connect on Facebook, you can ask that on the chat or whatever, but be self-providing in this, and the experiences we have do help for each other to open up and to understand and to see. There's Anne from yeah, so it's working. Thank you, Anne. And so
you were Kooten, like a few months ago, I didn't have this group and I didn't have this experience at all. I knew nobody and I felt like I was crazy, and to even like it was in Facebook groups but not connected like this. So
and nothing is stupid or anything. We don't. What I try to teach everybody and myself as well is, don't judge yourself in any way. There's no need for it. It's just everything is always perfectly in time. The universe is such a beautiful orchestrator of all, and everything is connected. So whatever happened before doesn't need to be judged in any way. So maybe if you can think like, oh, if I did that a year ago, it would be much easier or whatever, but you needed to be here. And then things needed to be in just a specific time. So never judge yourself, please. Whatever happens.
Sorry, Robert, I did experience a lot of pain in my legs, knee, same as Ange was saying. It's like, I just feel like it's a normal process because our body is shifting to a higher dimension. So it's a bit normal for us to experience these shifts, you know, but we don't, like, how can I say that? We need to drink plenty of water, go for a walk, and, you know, just for me, all my pain, even though, you know, when I was working onto my fear base, my solar plexus was very bad, but I just don't take medication for it because I know it's a shift. When you're holding some trap emotion in the body, that's the experience, you know. So I would say to everybody to be gentle with yourself at the moment because there is big shift in the body.
And not only in the body, in the energy of the universe as well, because we are in the middle of the Lion's Gate. Oof. And the Lion's Gate is always like, it's like a lion, it's like roaring, it's it's roaring energy. It's people who are really into these energies are predicting for a long time that this will be a very powerful month, and the Lion Gate is interesting. So it's if things are happening to you, it's not only you. It can be the energy of the universe. It can be the shift. It can be you as awakening in your system. It can be many, many things. But the ease and grace can be helpful. So let's close our eyes, put the hand on the heart, and then we can just do some extra on ease and grace. So we are really connected now. And we really want to enjoy this Lion's Gate. So let's really enjoy also the physical advantages of this awakening. And let's the lion gate and this ease and grace mix in our systems. So let it all flow in your system, like the surfer on his big wave. And let every stressy feeling, headache, pain in the wrist, or whatever feeling, sensation be just gentle and graceful in your system. So that's just a gentle and graceful experience. Shukur anya makai, yukurun joko chukotai, shukunash, shu tatashaka. And we ask all our higher selves and all the helpers and also specialists of higher dimensions to ask to help them, us in this moment, Chukosh Korama, so that we feel this ease and grace in our system, so that we can integrate all this new energy. Shukam ash kuranyaka, shu uf turanya, shikuranya, chikuranna, in all time and space, in all dimensions, that it integrates easily. Shukosh mbaka. Shuko, and the help is there, and we are not alone. Tuko, and some of us can see what is ever around us. Some of us just feel it by knowing. Some of us just trust to this. You can feel it. I get the goosebumps. There's always a sign or proof that everything is okay. And the more you are integrated in your heart and connected with your heart, the better all this ease and grace can get into your system. In all time and space, in all dimensions, let this all be integrated with ease and grace. Shuk, Nyaka, Chukurumba, Shuhoton, Daki, Shukurum, Urstov, Ai. And we thank all beings helping us to integrate this. We thank all our higher selves. Shumashai Anaya Uta Shu. And as a special demand, not a special request, is to integrate also all the abilities of speaking any light language, any form. Taka ikotota ayatanaka okoto yanaki koranda tashi kutuma shukur no toshu nukur aishi jato kotoshu nukur otoshuto shikaranta shukurumashi karanashko. In all time and space, in all dimensions, we will remember our languages. Shumaya tuyosho makosh nyai. No pains?
No.
Okay. Kooten, your headache probably is not gone yet, but be patient in this. It will go.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. This was a little bit of a strong activation of the light language. So I was a bit surprised by it. it was really powerful. Like, hi there. It was like feeling like from a more distant galaxy or something like that, but really like talk your talk. So, yeah.
Sorry, I cut your conversation. Last night I was doing a meditation. In the meditation, when I get back, Billy was, I don't know what happened with our phone. When the meditation is stopped, we was in the middle of it, and Billy was telling me he was going to go for an astral travel. And this is the first time I could see my tongue was moving. This is the first time experiencing my tongue moving. So I say it's a sign, it's coming. You know, the more the layers out, it's coming, it's an on time. Then it's kind of funny to like observe your own tongue. Yeah, you know, it's moving. It's like, okay, I see it's coming here.
Yeah,
Slowly.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope it will be a gentle push in the back for you to.
Yes. Yes. It's all about trusting.
Exactly.
Trusting. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you come up to any blockages, just let me know. You can take them away.
Yeah. As today, I was just going to watch our last session. It was very powerful. I said, I'm going to go. And I seen your link came in. I said, okay, universe has a plan. I'm just going to jump in straight away.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for being here, being your pure energy.
I felt that it was a storm. There was like light language, like boom, 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 boom. So my mouth was just like, I was like even different voices, and like I was like, who is this? Yeah, but just stuff like I was tapping into things, and I wasn't supposed to like grasp onto anything yet, but it was just like potential. There's there's this. So it kind of, and now I'm actually getting, it was very heat warming in the body, my upper body. So I think I went through this like phase of the abandonment victim was also just kind of like a crutch to hold on to, like there is still work to do. And now like that potential, all these things, it's like, okay, that stuff is there. So just keep on doing what you're doing. And then, you know, one thing at a time will come in.
Yeah, you got always the option of choice. You can choose where you want to go. So whatever is distracting or in your field, you can always pick the ones you really want to go for.
Choice, and I think that's something that I'm not familiar or not choosing.
It's rather easy. It's put your hand on your heart and feel what your heart wants, and that's the one you choose. Because this is a planet of attraction and verleiding and afleiding, distraction. So there are many options always, and so if we center or recenter, then it's always easier. There are many things fall away, and you can make your own choice again. And those choices are often more in line with what you really wish for yourself. So it's just like fine tuning for you.
Yeah, I think that's what it is sometimes I get excited about just like all the options are there.
Yeah, of course.
Like, then making the choice. But I think this is like what you're reminding me of is that it's not necessarily something that this chooses, but this already knows. So
the heart knows, and the heart's always right. And it really works like that. And it's magnificent. It's beautiful. And the things you are putting on Facebook are really impressive as well.
Yeah, that I think that's, I've already chosen something, and now I'm talking about it from here and remembering, oh yeah, there's a direction. But I think just what it is the sharing is where I'm at. Just sharing and just like connecting in that way is the way that I am moving forward at this
point. Beautiful. Yeah. Victika.
So for me, I think the light language, it like came quite strongly, and it was a feeling of like it won't, like, you know, that I want to vomit it out,
Mhm.
and it was quite strong. And for the first time, I felt tingling on my tongue. I've never experienced it.
Okay, wow, beautiful.
I have experienced tingling on other body parts, but not on my tongue. So that was something exciting for this. And yeah, I do have some pain in my hands, on my legs,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's there. But
Is it is it heavy pain, or is it just
just a normal exhaustion kind of a pain.
okay? So check if by drinking water it goes away. Otherwise, you can
Okay.
contact me if it still hangs on.
Okay. Sure.
So this is a session we do every week. Normally next week it will be Friday again. Let me check if I'm right. Yeah, the 20th. No, the 12th, the 13th. Yeah, it's Friday as well. And sometimes it's on Thursday. It's always at 5 o'clock Amsterdam time or 4 o'clock London time. If there's any questions, you can always contact me. I will put on my Facebook line the new ones. I will put this on YouTube and Facebook, so that's the whole deal. I hope you enjoyed it again, all. Yeah. And if there's anything in which pops up like a blockage or an issue, contact me in the days after, because we don't want you to hang around and stay in something, because that's not needed. So bless you all. Have a beautiful Friday, Saturday, and Sunday already. And hope to see you soon again. We got a big fan. And
thank you so very much.
Yeah, and Koen, you can connect with Anna on Facebook. Thank you for that, Anna. Beautiful. And I hope to see you soon again. All.
Okay.
Yeah, Belly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. All right.